Generic greetings and welcome to Gunsmith. This is a factory building game where you will assemble a production line in order to make various pieces of military equipment and associated hardware, and it's something I've featured once before as a preview and the response was very good and people called for a series and I thought, why not? No reason not to. I've been enjoying the game and it seems to fit the channel quite well, so I thought here we are. This is that series where we'll be going through and making a production line. Obviously we have to research and upgrade and shift things around and, you know, basically not go bankrupt, but obviously my main objective is to have fun as always, but there'll be some side stuff as well. So this is the pre-alpha, well, it says Gunsmith pre-alpha, it's early access, version 0.0.0.23, so it's got a couple of extra numbers added on the end there since the last preview, but as far as I can tell, it's just a couple of bug fixes and blah blah blah, there's nothing anything major added. And I've also just realised that this looks like a walrus with a belt around it, or a seal. One of the two. Some generic sea creature, and yeah, let's devalue a country and compare it to that. Actually, between the countries, what countries are there? Oh, this is where my lack of, well, in general knowledge, but also map knowledge shines through. Papua New Guinea and Indonesia? I thought there would be some more there, though. I'm sure that's wrong, and people will chastise me in the comments. But, you know, moving on. So let's go to new game. And we will start a brand new factory. So we've got set of difficulty here, easy, normal, hard. A Gunsmith, we're going to start with normal, and you've got different scenarios. So this one is just achieve 100 million, yeah, well, a billion, depends on which billion you're referring to, or build a name, which is gain loads of reputation, or the Iron Age, which is produce small arms, actually produce bullets, I think there, yeah, and then you've got raise the skies, which is just do everything, and then you got your sandbox. They were all much of a muchness, these, to be honest with you. There's no micro objectives as you go through and, you know, get a ticky box halfway through and get reward or whatever. It's just, you know, you have to have an end game, and that's what the end game's going to be. So we'll go for probably just the wealth one. It doesn't really matter. And then we'll click play. We'll probably go bankrupt or I'll mess it up before then anyway. So, C Corp Technologies presents
I know this has taken longer
Guns
than
and
expected,
Bullets. Anyway, we'll skip that one. And so we've got a tutorial, which we'll also skip because I went through it. And this is our factory. Now, previously, I built over this area here. And as you can see, we've already got bits and bobs, and we will be using this. So I'm probably going to start researching first in the, where is it? The splitter. There's the splitter there. I want to start that research, but it does require 35 research points. So I'm going to say, give me... I'm going to just spend enough, so 6%, so I get, actually make it, do you want to say 10%? No, that's a lot of money to spend per day. We're just going to say get 6% research, so we get 37 research points a day, and then we'll get that straight away, and we'll be able to make more gloves, because that's what we're going to be producing around here. So that is the end area. What I'm going to do is probably rearrange this, because quite frankly I think it would be easy just putting it right at the back, where we don't really have to worry about too much. So that goes there. This can rotate around and go into there. I still think... well, I mentioned a couple of things in my preview about like the colours and such, so like hopefully it'll be better. Yeah, things will be easy to see as it gets developed, and yeah, we'll see if that actually happens. But anyway, we're just gonna sort of cramp it up right into the corner here, because this is just gonna sit. Once this is built, it's not gonna be altered, I don't think. I think we'll just leave it. So we'll go to the cookbook. We can see we've got the camo gloves. That's what we'll be trying to build there. So working back over here. So we've got end of line, which is that one there. Sewing machine 1, 2, and then your merger. So the merger will go in there. And does it have a one output? It does have one output, which we will probably use a conveyor belt to do that with, I think. Like so. That's not in the right place. That is now in the right place. So that will merge two things. It will merge the plastic and also the fabric sheeting. Now, because of the way we're going to be making this, we want to have the have all these over. Why is it not dropping? There we go. We're going to have these elsewhere. So we want it so we can heat up the plastic and split it, because you get twice as many plastic blocks, sorry, plastic fittings out of that. So because the forming produces 2, you see, so we want to split those up. But we can probably put the input. Actually, no. We want to have another one of these, don't we? Trying to think how we're going to do it. I'm trying to remember back on how I did it previously. I think the fabric went in the center. Oh no, the fabric went in either end. And then we, yeah, the fabric went in either end. And then the center we had the Yeah, the split was about here in the fabric on either end. Okay, that's fine. So the fabric is here. This is our fabric producer, which we can put probably there. Yes, which will output it to there. And we can put it like so. Yes. New dawn. Work's excited. Things look bright. Future promising. The factory is starting to shape up. The horizon is expanding. Indeed. And I've also realised I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this in. No, that's going to have to get shifted. And that's a problem. So let's shift this down and along a little bit like so. Shouldn't take too much of a... Should take too much work. In fact, it'll take very little effort whatsoever. And that's all she wrote. There, that was it. That was all the effort required. And we'll do that. Yeah, output there. Yeah. Oh, is that the output? Yes. There's a big arrow pointing towards the output. Excellent. And we'll have that go into there. No, because this is not symmetrical. Or rather, it is symmetrical. It's just not totally lined up where you think it is, which isn't a problem. Actually, that's the one we don't want. We want to shift this one. And there. Wrong. There. Do we have to produce anything first? Oh, we have to cut it first. Oh, that is the cutter. So, fabric sheets, cutting, slam into there. Okay, good. So we need, from our build menu, we need another cutter. We need another dispenser, which I might be able to find over here. There is a dispenser. I will use that. I'll also bring over this, which is a heater, because we're going to need that later. Anything else around the factory that I can nick? There's like some chassis for a Hummer. For a Humvee. Not chassis, actually, there's the bodywork. And what's that? Washing machine drums. Cool. So we need 1, 2, 3. That is fine. That's all we require. We've got a cutter. Yes. And we need another assembler, combiner, merger thing. I think that is the right way. Nope, it is not, because it's extremely difficult to see. Okay, so there. There, no. There, yes, and there. So I'm not actually buying much at all here. I'm just using whatever the factory gives me. There we are. So that'll go into there. And we will need another one of these belts to do that. Double saw. There we are. And then we've got 2 more belts. 1, 2. And we'll have our combiner there. And that means we need 2 heating. Oh no, heat level 1 requires heat level 1. Then the plastic. And then you split it either way. Yes, that's correct. Go to research here. Splitter. We can start researching the splitter. It takes 1 day to do that, but it's worth me doing that. And then we'll be able to put that in. High risks, bigger rewards. Today, an intimidating fella came at the factory. He was escorted by 2 heavy bodyguards, probably armed, wanted high-quality military gear. They didn't care about licenses, legal matters, or any of the sort. They only wanted quality products that they are willing to pay as much as needed, no questions asked. Brought an offering as sign as good faith. I will... Oh, if you accept, you gain reputation with Danny Werner, alias Torpheus, from Germany, intelligence agency. Not that stealthy if I know if I know his name, his alias, his age, and the organisation he represents. The name's Bond, James Bond. Well, you just give that away. Anyway, we'll accept that job, no problem. So if we go over to orders, we can see that we have. Hang on, it is not here. Oh, it'll be in clients, will it? No. Available orders, none. Cool. Be around there somewhere. Clients, I'm sure Daniel will be in here. There he is there. Yeah. So we know we'll be able to sort that out later. So research, we are still going through that. That's fine. I'm going to reduce our research budget per day because I don't need it like really that high. Eventually we're going to go down for the zipper and then for the body armor. And that'll give us camo vests and boots and all sorts of stuff. And then eventually we'll go into this area, which is metal rolling and things like that. And then that'll give us the bullet production licenses and stuff, but that's more advanced stuff that I think we can do without for now. So check our research. It does just say a day. It doesn't slowly go up. Anyway, so can I manage to fit all this together? I think so. I'll get it pre-made so the thing just slots in, although inevitably I'm sure I'll mess it up. So we want the dispenser. This is just a rough idea of where it's going to go for now. Dispenser, then heat level 1, so plastic block. I will put a conveyor belt. Heat level 1, you get the plastic fittings out of that, which will then go into the splitter. So, probably there. It's probably going to be like half a block off. But let's assume that like that's right. And if it is, then, you know, plus 10 generic happiness points for sure. Right, so research. Have we not researched this yet? Come on. Going away in June. Anyway. There's no time controls as far as I can tell either. Demolish mode, Hoover, free cam, which seems to do nothing. No. Rotate 90 degrees, yeah, we can just use the Q and E keys to really spin it fast. Although holding the mouse seems to be the better way of doing it. So we haven't spent much money because the only thing we've bought is the merger machine. That's the only thing we've bought so far, I think. Was it the merger machine the only thing we bought, or did I buy a dispenser? No, I bought a cutter. I think I got the dispenser from over there. We will need new racking, so I'm going to put some racking in. So it'll be in racks, racking. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I think that's worth it, because you end up storing a lot. Speaking of storing and buying and such, let's go over to the market here, so we can see that the price for fabric sheets and plastic block is quite low. Oh, there we go. We've now got a splitter. Splitter. Oh! I feel a great sense of accomplishment, and I know that's really sad. Okay, so dispenser. This is going to dispense some fabric sheet. This is going to dispense some fabric sheets. This is going to dispense some plastic blocks. This is going to... oh, hang on. I've totally messed this up anyway, because I haven't got a former. Oh, well. That sense of accomplishment just vanishes away really quickly as soon as it came. So we'll put our former in. Yeah, so it would help if we actually had the former in there. There's the former, there's the heater, there's that, and there's that. Okay, so the former will output plastic fitting and then get split. Actually, what I'll probably do is pull these back over. And I'll make sure that we are getting the right amount out. There we go. That's fine. So that output is still the same. So that'll split it between left and right. Yes, and then this will output camo gloves. That'll output camo gloves. And then blah, blah, blah. That's sewing level 1, sewing level 2, and then it just outputs the boxing machine just goes through it. So that should be correct, apart from this has not been set on the cutters. They're now set. That's set. Okay, so I'll just double check the cookbook before we press the go button on this one. So camo gloves we can see working from either side here. So it is plastic block, heat level 1, and then forming, which is plastic fitting, correct, yes. On the other side of the line we have fabric sheets, so 1 and 2. They will then go into the cutter, which is cutting fabric gloves, which is correct, and then both of those will then go through the merging machine, which make camo gloves, yes and yes, so they require fabric and fitting, yep, that's fine. Then sewing level 2, so sewing 1, sewing 2, both arrows are in the correct direction, yes, and then end of line, boom, that's done. Okay, so we're going to go to line control. This is camo glove line 1, and we will probably leave it at that name. We will add machines, so we'll add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 machines. So there's all of our machines in there, I believe. It seems to be alright, and we will power them all on, and let's see if this actually works. So we've got some plastic coming from there, getting heated up, and then yeah, we got the plastic fittings coming out. From the left and right we have the fabric sheets, which are getting form cut, and you can see they're coming gloves there. And then outside this one we've got the gloves, which then goes through the sewing. And then this one, if we scroll along, we can see camo gloves, and that's going to get boxed up and head out and then put on the shelf. Done. Excellent, that functions. That's exactly what we wanted. We could shrink this down if we really wanted to. I could probably bring this here and then have it go around. In fact, do I want to do that? I don't know. Anyway, their first order. A man working for the individual, Mr. Werner, come today with a list of products. He said he wanted fast delivery. I will accept that, and that is camo gloves. So order value is 1,680, and I will continue. And that's actually not a lot of money. That's actually not a lot of money at all, considering what we normally sell it for. Let me just go to the orders tab and active. Oh, 11,000. There we go. It didn't show correctly in the other one for some reason, unless I was reading the wrong bit. So that's fine. That's good. That's excellent. That's working. So finance, we can see we've got lots of fabric goods produced, plastic fittings produced as well. Yeah, that seems to be working quite well. Let me just check those. We can see that we are waiting for... Yep, you can see there's no... The outputs are... That's alright there. So, fabric gloves and plastic fitting, there's no bias towards one or the other. So we are just getting the same... We are making the same amount. We're making the right amount, which is good. So that's fine. That's all working. Do I want to shrink this down? I could do that by... having it go that way. You know what? I don't care. It's fine. We don't need to. I'll probably put around here things like these generators and such. You need to buy different generators to produce electricity and such. So that's fine. That's all working. That's good. So we will go to the market, and we can see the price for fabric sheets is now lower than expected. So we will buy 1,000 units of those, and the plastic blocks will do the exact same amount. There you go. At least you can type stuff in. Again, plus 10 generic approval points for that one. This is a piece of equipment that we won't use yet. We'll go put it in the corner. So that's fine. Day 5, and we are not making money necessarily because we are just... we're making these, we're not making money, and you can see they're all popping on the left there. That's good. Okay, so over to research then. So we've researched our splitter. We've also got a recycle bin. Restocks any item that falls back into the inventory. Oh, I didn't know that existed. So we've got things like the combat apparel tier 1. Need a zipping machine level 1. You think if you would require that, shouldn't it be a line or a little or something? Anyway, so we do need zipping, so I'll start that. I'll get the zipper machine, then I'll go for that, and then eventually we have to go for utilities and power, and then again more advanced stuff is over here. We've got heating, but we haven't got cold, because I don't know what you need to make all of this sort of stuff. Oh, you need all sorts of things. Look at that: cooling machine, chemical dryer, bullet boxer, waste shaker, loads of stuff. So we need to get a good solid foundation first before we start doing some of the other stuff. So we'll go over to orders, and we can see we've got 160 or 180 out of the 500 gloves, and that's okay. Yeah, I don't think we're going to time out on that one. Right, fine. So now it's just a case of going through the research being quite slow, so I will probably up that to 32 a day now, because we're researching that, and we'll be able to research that. It says 1 day is left on that one, 1 day is left on that sewing machine. And the question is, can you research multiple ones? I don't think you can. Current research points in 92, so we can... No, you can only research one at a time, but yeah, you do need... Bullet production license. I need to have a neutral national with the National Army, and that one is... that's... pistol production license, which is trustworthy with the National Army. So I'll have to get trustworthy with the National Army before we can produce these anyway. So that's going to be probably our objective for the clients. I'm just checking to see if there's anything else in this tree. No, there's not like an Abrams on the bottom right or something. Fine, okay. So we'll do that. So there's your zipper, there's that there. So as soon as we got this one done, we'll move down there. Now, because I've got 92 points, do I really need to put that much money into this? I really don't think I do. I'm just going to put 3%. 3% I think is is about right. What do some of these ones take? Just for checking. 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah. Don't think we necessarily need much more there. That should be fine. That should be fine. So how we're doing for the orders. Orders are... It's over halfway fulfilled, as you can see. 280 pairs of gloves. Camo gloves. And we'll get that sent. So in terms of orders, we can see there's different people here. We want to be looking for people who are in the National Army. So we'll go to clients. So org, National Army, civilian retailers, police force, intelligence agencies. So there's only Jared Smith from the United States, or Eliphas Kane, and that's National Army UK. So we'll probably do UK order. Just actually do what pays more. We are a factory after all. It is. I need to know the alias. So Jerry and Ventus. So Jerry, two Jerrys. They don't have the same order number. We'll probably go for that one. I could accept that now, actually. But problem with that is that it won't start counting down. I will leave it because it's not going to reset anyway. So research of zipping machine level 1 has been completed. We will now go for the apparel level 1. So it gives us backpack, gloves, camo vest, etc. So we should probably start thinking about our production line on that one. Well, we're going to need dispensers, almost certainly. We're going to need probably plastic formers and combiners. But I don't know what to make first, whether it be backpacks or whatever. I'll have a think about that one. But I think for the time being we'll leave it there. Good start for this one. Good start on the production line. That's all working fine, which I'm very happy about. And oh dear, we're about to run out of storage. That's why I placed more racks when I was doing not much else. Because quite frankly, you need them. Do I double rack? I think I want to double rack along here. They're not expensive at all, these things. And you can stack them. I think you can stack them to level 3 as well, by the look of it. Yes, you can. You can actually stack them to level 3. And why not? Doesn't cost you any more. There we are. We'll do a triple stack. Now, obviously, if that was in a real-life factory, that you would just get told to redo it because, well, how are you going to get a forklift into that one there or go in between them? You're not, are you? But we don't care about that because we have teleporters. It just teleports from there to there. Or actually, we do need to hoover and yeah, we'll pick that up because that fell off the line. I do like that. It is physics-based, so I think that will happen. You know, if it goes horribly wrong, it just goes all over the place and you have to pick it up. Anyway, orders, active orders. I will wait until this is completed and then I will accept it, and that'll be a nice little ending for us there. We've still got loads of time for this to be fulfilled, but there is our last box of gloves. Slides down, gets teleported, bang, there we go. And we gain 10 grand. Excellent. I mean, we're spending more, but hey-ho. So, Ventus, we will accept that task. Ventus. Sounds like an Inquisitor from Warhammer 40,000. Inquisitor Ventus wants his camo gloves. Right, well, he can have them. To defeat heresy, perhaps. Right, so, apparently them gloves have caused 1,500 IDCs, which is... I don't know what we've made them out of, but hey-ho. So that's all completed, and I think we will leave it there. Next episode, we will go ahead and build, as best we can, a line that will be based on things like the camo vest and backpacks and other things like that. Old friends, apparently. An old square-faced gentleman came today. His face was harsh and yet soothing and calm. Probably saw too much in life. Talk for a few hours. Old friend of my father's, a proud soldier. Gerard is his name. He was quite secretive about my father's old business. He offered me some financial help, a gift from friendship's sake. Money 15 grand. I will accept that. And that reputation goes up with Jerry. So we do want that anyway. We want that to go up. So we should be able to get now. Yes, we can actually get bullet production license if we do so desire, which is good to know that that's being ticked. Good, excellent. Right, we will leave it there. Next episode, we will hopefully not go bankrupt because, you know, as is our permanent desire, I guess. We don't want to go bankrupt, but yeah, objective to get some camel gloves. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.